Hi everybody, it's Gosselin, and I'm back, sort of. Decided to make a video. I felt the further I was getting away from the community via making videos, I was concerned that maybe that would make it harder to get back in making videos. So I felt the need to make a compromise where every now and then I'll make a video just so that I'm still feeling confident and with video making skills and staying in touch with the community. It's been a crazy time, as everybody knows through my last video. I'm very fortunate for all the kindness that's been given to me, kindness and support. You know, a lot of PMs, a lot of messages, a lot of concerns, and that is worth a lot of weight in gold, I think. Power of friendship and community is a big thing. So I'm very thankful and grateful. So what's up with this video? I'm just going to do a review, and speaking of kindness and community, kindness was showered upon me. I have to thank Norm Lajoie and Andy from Tactical Jackalope. When Andy had his subscription giveaway contest or whatever it was, he had that Geshutzwagen and that Panther recovery vehicle, and Norm Lajoie won the Geshutzwagen, but instead he asked Andy to mail it to me, and thank you, Norm, really appreciate it. So here it is. Trumpy kit. My first Trumpy kit ever in my modeling career. Hope you can see it. And yeah, let's open it up and see what's it's got inside. It has all sorts of stuff. The instructions. So let's what can I do? Maybe I'll move the camera around so that you can see the stuff. That might be easier. So let's just look at the plastic. Start off with the chassis. Here we have our little Hotchkiss chassis, because these were most of the Geshutzwagens, these things, there are many variants of them from what I could research. They just slapped on a whole new superstructure to these captured French vehicles and put on various guns. This one happens to be a 105 howitzer, but they also use anti-tank guns and other weapons of various calibers. So the chassis, it's fine. Not too much. It's got two little, they're not ejection pin marks, they're more like just little nubs sticking up, so that's easy to get rid of. Sand it. Yeah, I can't complain. It's got the Hotchkiss markings. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the little Hotchkiss sign in front. And there it is. Here we have, I think Andy said this was an early vintage Trumpeter kit. Yeah, because what I noticed is that on the reverse it's just coated with ejection pin marks. So that's okay. It's just a matter of putting in the time to fill everything. So I'm not overly concerned about it. But here you have the superstructure, and you have the magazines, and that's pretty cool. Here we have the wheels, and on the reverse again, everything on all the frets, they're all just got plastered with ejection pin marks. So I'll definitely, I won't call it a filler queen yet. It's just got a little bit of filler. It's okay. So, yep, everything's kind of, you know, crisp and okay. I'm not too worried about it. One of the wheels on the chassis, it's kind of bent. It didn't break off. I think James DeVal, he had a situation with one of the tanks where you end up with busted pieces from packaging or shipping. It didn't break right through, but it's definitely, it's right here, but it's definitely bent and it's got some discoloration, but the brake isn't complete, so I might just reinforce it with a little bit of a thin glue, and that should be okay. It looks like we have the gun and the carriage. Yep, more ejection pin marks. Split barrel, but because it's straight, that'll be easy to use glue or putty to keep the barrel seams nice and concealed. So that should be an easy fix. Then you got the muzzle itself. That will be interesting to see how that connects. I don't know why they do this. I wish they would just keep the muzzle attached to the actual barrel. I mean, I understand they're trying to make more parts to make it more complicated, I guess, but I think it just makes it more complicated because now I gotta do the dance with all the putty to make it look better. Yeah, can't complain. And lastly, we have a lot of just stuff. We have the figures, and it looks like the main, just a lot of doodads, probably for the gun, and pioneering tools, and looks like we got a radio. The figures are, they're okay, typical, just little men. And then this guy over here looks like he's the commander. He's pointing. The only thing, the hands, they're kind of they don't have like any finger digits. They just, well, this guy has one, but there's no fingers. It's just like a big like blob of plastic. So I'll probably have to do some scribing or something just to kind of give him fingers, right? I mean, it's gotta have some digits. So there it is. Wow, that was a pretty short review. Well, let's look at the instructions. Decal, all the tracks. Comes with your vinyl tracks. They're very stiff tracks. They just got the little punch holes so you snap it in, and it's supposed to heat it up. But because it's so tough, plastic's very hard, you probably can get away with gluing it. Like some of the Dragon tracks you can glue, and not a big deal. Yeah. And if anybody knows my videos, how I feel, vinyl tracks, I don't dislike them. I just make them work. I realize that they have problems painting wise and attachment issues, so I just work outside the box. If I have to bring that idler wheel in a little bit, then so be it. A little scratch building, it's okay. That's just the name of the game, and I've learned to adapt to that situation. Got a lot of little extra doodads hanging, have to snip all that. I don't know if this tank has any, the tension is like. I have a few pictures online, because that's the thing with the tension. Some tanks really were loose, some tanks are pretty tight. But it is very popular amongst motor builders to show all that articulation, and sometimes it's not needed, but sometimes it is, for various reasons. So I don't know, I think with this, the best way, I'm looking at the picture of the cover, and if I do, I might just take some like steel rod and just kind of bring it in and kind of give it a little dip, just a little one, and then kind of camouflage the pen a little bit, and see what happens. Okay. Alright, let's look at the decals. Andy had sent me decals. For some reason he said he couldn't find the decals, and actually I did, Andy. They were stapled to the side of this cardboard doohickey. And you're right, it didn't come with anything. It just came with 3 decals. But then you supplied me with 2 cartograph decals, some Balkan crosses. Yeah, it's just simple crosses, not a big deal. This vehicle itself is there were a lot. The only pictures I've seen, there's a famous film reel of Field Marshal Erwin Rommel inspecting some troops in Normandy, and they were using a lot of these Lorraines or Geshutzwagens, and it seems to be like the Normandy campaign is where I've seen a lot of footage of these vehicles. I don't know if they served on other fronts. I have no idea. I've never seen any references of it. So maybe if somebody out there in YouTube knows more about their history, it'd be awesome to hear about it in the commentary. And these were the ones that Andy sent me, decals. But yeah, Normandy seemed that there were a lot of captured French Renault and Hotchkiss tanks, and even like Panzer IVs, like I think Panzermeister 36 is doing a Panzer IV early version of the D-Day group build, which is very cool because they were used. And also a lot of the airborne units, either on the British airborne side over at Pegasus Bridge or on the American side, certainly went up against a lot of captured vehicles and things. So that was cool. What will I do? Will I do any scratch building? Only if it's necessary. Maybe some grab handles with some brass wire. Again, with the track tension, maybe. Other than that, just going to keep it as a straight build out of the box. Currently working without any real workbench. Not that you need one to build a model. I'll be just working on the kitchen table and working with a few tools. I'm actually I shipped a good portion of my workbench through the mail, so I should get that in a week, maybe by Friday. That'd be awesome. And luckily, my family are all model builders or trained hobbyists, so there's all kinds of little tools down in the train room. So I should be able to keep myself a little busy. It is very cold here in New Hampshire. I know Darren Shank, he had that video last week of the snow in Pennsylvania. And here in New England we have our fair share of snow. Been out there doing a little shoveling and chipping of ice. We had my father's house, we had a little bit of, I guess it snowed last week, it dumped, and then it rained that night, and so now everything's an ice rink. So if you have ice skating skates, you can go skating out in the backyard. But the problem is like just trying to chip it. It's thick with ice. So maybe at the end of this video I'll take some pictures and add it to the video, kind of see what the winter wonderland of New England looks like right now. So yeah, so that's it. This was a good video. It feels good to make a video, it really does. I know it's been a while, and I don't know if we'll be making a lot of videos or making a little. I'm kind of lukewarm on the issue right now. We're just going to see where it goes. I have a feeling it'll probably pick up. I think right now it'll be a little limited online. My dad doesn't have online technology, so I'll have to get some internet hooked up, some Wi-Fi, and once that gets hooked up, you know, obviously I'll have more opportunity to upload and stuff. I won't have to go to a coffee shop or my brother's house or something. Yeah, okay. It's exciting. I want to talk more, but there's nothing else to talk about. Yeah, let's look at instructions. Here we go. I'll just flip the camera. I've never done this before. I'll have to hand hold the camera and see what's going on. Alright. Here is the instructions. We have the German Geshutzwagen. My camera doesn't really autofocus, so I'll just keep it back. Yeah, it's in like Chinese or something. It's got your symbols. I couldn't find a date on the decals or the directions, so here's your parts list and numbers. This is your standard instruction sheet. your chassis system and all that. And we have more chassis, tracks, part of the interior, and looks like we're working on the carriage, the gun system itself. Yep. And just the magazines and the gun shields, walls. It's got a lot of nice interior stuff. And it's got the radio, so that'll look really sharp. And we have the fenders and some pioneering tools and installation. Hopefully everything fits. I'm always concerned about whether the gun will fit inside. There's always issues. There's a lot of things that have to align properly. So this is probably, especially with all this wall mounting, either it's going to fit like a glove, or I'm going to have to do a little styrene filler and putty just to keep everything nice and buttoned up. More gun shields, attachment of the lower and upper hulls, little doodads, and the figures. So, looks like it comes with 22 sections. Here's the some color schemes, and it doesn't really say anything about the year or campaign it's involved with. Based by the colors, it's obviously any time after 1943, and obviously mine will probably be Normandy or something. And with the color callouts, there were the Guns and Gaio color callouts, which I never really follow the color callouts. I mean, use the paints that you have, and they usually work. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Tamiya guy, but I know there's a lot of other different manufacturers. I try not to get involved in the marketing game of model building, as Aaron Newlands has just recently discussed on his latest video. Yeah, it's a good topic to talk about, because, you know, like anything in life, you know, in these hobbies, whether you ski or ATV vehicles, or you know, cost a lot of money, and you can be frugal about your the stuff you acquire. I certainly do. I've been packing, and I realized I have more models than I deserve. I have a lot. Not that I have a huge stash, but I mean, I don't need to really be buying models. I have plenty to work with. I got years of model building with what I got right now. So this is good. I'm glad I made this video. I'm very excited. A whole new chapter in life begins. So, okay. Well, you guys, again, many thanks for all the support that has been given to me. I'm not going to give a huge list. You know who you all are. So thank you. Really appreciate it. So, modeling we go. So I don't know. I'll try to make updates as I go. Okay, guys. Take care. Bye.